what you put up, is that enough to differentiate Samsung from others?
Few of the ideas, I definitely believe that they are. India has the largest number of diabetes population, and no one has taken that into consideration as yet. So I feel that will definitely be a differentiating factor. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thanks. Welcome back. Before the break, we heard Priyanka's presentation. She's one of 4 contestants remaining on the pitch season 2. Ranjit, we're ready for our next contestant?
Let's do it.
Tony?
Absolutely.
Okay, so here we go with contestant number 2. Your time starts now.
Indian youth who buys Samsung, they're looking at it's the feature of the Galaxy S2 at 1/4 the cost with a good battery life and lightweight. These are the top 3 things on smartphones that is there. You guys have got it completely right, because on social networking sites, people are saying, I bought it last week, well worth its price. There was this Samsung cafe, showrooms that, kind of experience centers. So I just went in and I kind of just got a feel of it. This is what I saw there. I saw around 4 young people actually standing and going through various phones, and 2 other assisted groups huddled, all handling the variants of Galaxy smartphones. So I see that, every 3 or 4 years, or even lesser than that, the youth will keep moving into different types of smartphones. And the great thing about Samsung is that you have it all placed. And that goes very well with what Rajiv Bajaj told us in an earlier session of Pitch Season 2. He said, create a category, just not a product. So that's a great thing Samsung is doing. In a 10,000 rupee space, the youth space, you are number 1. So you're doing it completely right. The research says you're doing it spot on. So I kind of ideated. Thoughts that I had is, currently Rahul Dravid gave a fantastic sermon at the Australian Bradman oration. And he actually said, India is in the rural state. And cricket is one unifying factor. And then I went into Samsung, what is it doing on CSR? And you're doing something with the future Olympic stars, right? Now, I don't want you to just stay with India. I think you've got to say, this whole SAARC region is your opportunity. And if that is the thing that you need to go after, then I think cricket is a much better option than the Olympic moments of, say, Bangladesh or Sri Lanka.
But we have 60 seconds left.
Dark Horse, Mumbai Chhatrapati Shivaji Stadium. I saw one of your competitors actually getting, very strong, connecting onto this thing, okay? In the stores, I saw all males. I didn't see much women. Maybe it's because of Amir Khan. Maybe you need to think about another, Vidya Balan maybe. The Durban Summit was something which I thought is something you can actually think about, sustainability, because Samsung got one of the best sustainability program. Rural, you're doing fantastic on rural. All you need to do is think about the BADA platform and value adding on the thing, and ensuring that if the phone is lost, what does a poor farmer need to do? The big idea I want you to pursue is from my health part of it. I need you to actually have a smartphone for health. I Googled that. There's nobody actually in that space. I could see that Google bit of it. A new category, a smartphone. And how can you make it CSR? I want my dad to know how to use that. Because he may be having diabetes or a heart problem. But he needs to use a smartphone. And
you are way behind time. You seem to have lots more left.
No, I just have one more. This says, thank you.
Okay.
You seem to have spent some time understanding the consumer.
Yes.
What more can we do with the consumer?
Differentiate to India-specific market, because or the SAARC region, because it's still foreign company here. Like our rural area is the most complex area. So you need to really figure that out. My heads up is that you need to actually find value places and then go after it with the BADA platform.
What's your big idea for Samsung to be different from others?
Sir, today it's in the mind space. The game is played in mind space of customers. Whatever you are doing, somebody else could also do. But one great thing is that whenever Samsung promises something, it delivers on. I mean, I've been a beneficiary of that, one. And the second biggest thing that Samsung gets is, for the have-nots around the world, here is a high-quality, well-designed product, better than your so-called...
Thank you, Tony. Your 30 seconds are up.
Final question. So the big idea is around health.
Yes, it's my big idea, sir. And that concern will drive a market, and health is something which always would be the side. And if you can actually find the gap between that, business is always done that way.
Okay, thank you so much.
And now, Ranjit, it's time for Aparna to present. Aparna, your time starts now.
Thank you. So looking at what the Indian smartphone user is like, only 10% of the youth today use smartphones in the age group of 15 to 24 years. 80% of them are male, and 90% of these users want to move to smartphones. But the biggest factor stopping them is price. Almost 40% of them said the price of the handset combined with the cost of data usage prevents them from moving to a smartphone. Again, battery life was something that came up in the study done by AC Nielsen this year, and then it was followed by design and other features that made up for 10% of the factors. Samsung has the strength of a strong distribution network, styles and features. The way forward that I propose, one, build phones that are very focused to youth of different segments. So features can be fewer but more relevant to the age group for which you're making the particular phone. Offer smartphones along price ranges. So today the cheapest smartphone is just 6,000. Probably you can go down a little less for a beginner level of youth. For battery life, what can be done is an additional backup battery which can be charged with an external charger that comes with your phone, so you can charge something offline and keep it with you. Now I would move to Indian rural market where 70% of India lives. The needs are primarily information on agriculture, weather forecasts, a little bit of entertainment, regional news, TVs, movies, music. However, they're very price sensitive, highly mobile. There's a limitation on literacy. Electricity again is a challenge, and internet connectivity. The way forward for this market is to target the middle and upper middle income rural customers with very relevant but limited number of apps. Now these apps could be something like in a visual form where say there is an icon which he taps and he gets the weather forecast in a very graphical way. Also you can explore easy finance scheme with microfinance institutions and leverage the huge microfinance potential that our country has. Also you can tie up with content providers like Hungama for localized content. In India, there are more people who die due to accidents than they die due to say cancer or many other diseases. The main reason is that help does not reach them on time.
60 seconds.
And why help does not reach them on time is because when you're panicked, it's extremely difficult for you to find the right number, dial it on your phone, and then explain what you're going through and the whole detail of where you live, etc. So using 3G and 4G, what can be done is you just have this one icon, emergency. I click on it, I get ambulance, police, and fire icons. I click on ambulance, and it communicates through an SMS my exact location to the service provider, the nearest service provider. And it is a free call, so even if I don't have balance, I can reach them, and I don't need to waste time on telling them where I am, and I just give them minimum information and they reach me on time. So the impact of this application would be it's very easy for emergency services to reach me precisely. It's very easy for me to reach the emergency services for myself or for someone else I want to help. And it reduces the overall response time to an emergency. And together we can save millions and millions of lives in India. Thank you.
Well done, Aparna. You finished in exactly 299 seconds.
Thank
1
you.
second before time. Superb. Question time.
For the rural market, what else can Samsung do?
Whole idea is to offer them something very relevant. So what can be done is remove a lot of widgets or apps that they just do not need, and give them only what they need. And also you can offer a very basic phone with apps that can be added on later or bought later. Say from grocery store you can offer an app, it can be retailed there.
Ranjit.
Second question is around your service, which you have. Very commendable service, but certainly it should not be limited to Samsung alone, correct?
Yeah, it could be done by many other people, but if Samsung can take the lead and execute it with its technology expertise, why not?
In this whole application space, one is a service like this which is free,
Right.
and which is maybe very essential for society, but is there also possibility to make services which are where you can make money off?
I have a problem and I'm looking for a reference to a hospital or a doctor. Now I can integrate with the hospital network. They can provide me exactly where I should go, the nearest location, and it can be built to me as well as to the hospital network.
Thank you, Aparna.
Thank you.
Wonderful. Our next contestant is Sriram. Sriram, all ready?
Yes,
Great. Your time starts now.
I'd like to thank Samsung for providing us the opportunity to present in front of, for creating the whole pitch program. If you look at the macro perspective of the task, it is like how to take Samsung forward. So considering the major factors that drive the market in India, especially for the youth segment, I believe that trendy usable design and apps and services which are internet coupled with internet are one of the key major factors that drive the market. Second thing is a very stable hardware and a stable software platform and with an upgrade path. So Indians are still Indians. So we just don't throw the phones, and we need an upgrade path with the existing hardware. And service and warranty also play a critical role in India. The first big idea that I recommend is Samsung build a three-pronged strategy: pull, retain, upgrade. Pull is create an infrastructure to pull in user from the competitor. So create a comprehensive phone migration program where various people can migrate from various phones to Samsung phones, and user gets to keep all the data, not just the phone book data. Then how do you retain? So provide world-class experience in terms of apps and content, run managed services, do awesome content delivery, and the key is very good social network experience. So Twitter, LinkedIn, Facebook, and so on. The upgrade path. People who have a Samsung phone, you give them an upgrade path, a very attractive exchange rates. And the old phones, you can give it away for some CSR initiative. So the big idea too is to create very strategic partnerships. A great hardware is very important, great software platform is very important, but experience is the most important thing. So tie up with very interesting content providers. For example, we met Hungama earlier. You can stream every content from Hungama to your phone, and also provide some services like iCloud, which is for Samsung platform. It increases the stickiness. Once a lot of data is stuck with a Samsung social network, then people tend to
60 seconds.
Oh my God. So key product placement strategy: launch a lower brand phone for commodity and goods. Stick to Samsung Mobile for experience and transformative. I'm skipping the in-car entertainment system. And the VAS that I want to suggest is Samsung Medical Assist, which is provide periodic medical recommendations, vaccination schedules for kids, and also create a central repository for medical history. So the benefits is provide this kind of information to rural India, and people get to trend associated with Samsung from birth, and you can even provide e-consult. Why did I suggest this? Because it fits exactly into Samsung 2020 vision. So the Samsung president said they're going to invest $20 billion in this and reap like $50 billion by 2020 and make Samsung a $400 billion company in 2020. So you have very good data when you launch these services in India. So Samsung electronic smartphones can play a crucial role in implementing this vision. So that's my recommendation.
And just about finished.
I'm just out of breath.
It's question time, okay. Sriram.
So one of your big ideas was to collaborate with other companies and alliances.
Content partners.
Content partners and so forth. Is that the right route to take for the long run?
Samsung traditionally have been like, do not acquire, build technology on their own, focus on long term as a short term kind of things. But given the leadership which others have in this market already, leverage the existing tie-ups with telcos, content providers. I would strongly recommend that, as opposed to building it on your own, though it goes against your core philosophy.
Second question, your MVAS idea, medical VAS idea, is it better to focus on the population at large or on doctors?
Actually, that's a very interesting twist. I appreciate that. Probably this should be pushed through a doctor, but the service is actually targeted at the entire population. And it's a good idea to push through doctors.
Is it monetizable?
There are people who would love to spend like 10 to 15 rupees a month on a regular basis to get their prescription updates or get interesting health tips wherever they are in India. So it is a monetizable option. And what you are doing is laying foundation when your medical biotech and medical devices come. Already people associate Samsung with medicine, which they don't do now. So it's a part of a bigger strategy of you reaching $400 billion in 2020.
Sriram, thank you. Okay, so presentation's over, question answer session's over. Now it's time for Ranjit to analyze and come up with his results. All of that after a break. Ranjit, who in your opinion deserves to be pitched out?
So unfortunately, I must say,
And now for the Samsung Galaxy Tab 750 contest. Samsung Galaxy Tab 750 is equipped with which one of the following super chip? A. 1 GHz dual-core NVIDIA Tegra 2. B. 1 GHz dual-core APX Tegra 650. C. 1 GHz dual-core Tegra Grey series. To send in your answers, type pitch space question number space ABC. 082 59995 or email us at thepitch@bloombergutv.com. One lucky winner who can answer the maximum number of correct answers gets to win a Samsung Galaxy Tab 750 at the end of the series.